Hi, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. It is 5:30 Saturday evening, and we're going to be dealing with some bumpy weather as we head between now and in the next several hours. Severe thunderstorms already ongoing across the eastern sections of the state, and already have a severe thunderstorm watch a tornado watch that's in effect across the eastern sections of the state through 10 o'clock tonight. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right in because we got a couple things we want to show you right away here. One, again, we got Lincoln Skyview punched up in the box right below me on your screen there, but we have some storms that are inbound for Lincoln and Lancaster County. Severe thunderstorm warning that is currently in place for the southwestern parts of the county. This is until 5:45. We're going to be looking at 60-mile-an-hour winds as the primary threat with these storms that are pushing to the north and east at about 20 to 30 miles an hour or so. So again, the main cell with this storm currently right now is across parts of Saline County, but going to be pushing into southwestern Lancaster County here in just the next few minutes. So again, if we zoom in and kind of take a closer look here, we'll go ahead and pause the radar. But right now, that storm just right along and to the west there. Looks like Nebraska Highway 103. So again, folks from Crete down to Wilbur, down to DeWitt are going to be seeing some of this move through in just the next few minutes. But again, penny-sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and again, some locally heavy rain are going to be possible with this storm as it moves on through. But right now, again, one of the more pressing threats is we have several storms in the northeastern part of the state that do have tornado warnings that are currently in effect right now. All of these warnings that you see on your screen are for radar-indicated rotation. So again, we'll just kind of go around the horn here. I'm going to pause the radar, but right now, one tornado warning for parts of Antelope, Boone, and Madison County. This includes the Meadow Grove area until 5:45. So for about another 13 minutes, $half-sized hail going to be possible with that storm. We also have a cell just back to the south and west of that. Again, this is going to be just to the east of Petersburg. Again, this is radar-indicated rotation. This is mainly over rural areas of Antelope, Boone, and Madison County, but that tornado warning is also in place until 5:45. Golf ball-sized hail is going to be possible with that thunderstorm. That's 1 3/4 inch diameter hail. And again, it's moving to the north and east right behind that other storm that currently has a tornado warning that's on it, but it's moving right now to the north and east at 30 miles an hour. So again, just a few minutes ago, as of 5:30, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 5 miles east of Petersburg or 10 miles north of Albion, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. Tornado and golf ball-sized hail are possible with this thunderstorm. Again, that's mainly going to be over rural areas, though, of Antelope, Boone, and Madison County. And then another tornado warning. This is, again, for parts of Antelope and Pierce County, including areas like Brunswick and Plainview until 6:15. Golf ball-sized hail, and, again, radar-indicated rotation with this storm as well. So, again, we have nothing confirmed yet with any of these storms, with any tornadoes that are currently on the ground. We have had some reports from spotters and from emergency managers of at least some wall clouds or some funnel clouds in these areas, but nothing being reported on the ground in these areas. But again, so 3 different tornado warnings kind of for 3 different storms there across the northeastern corner of the state. If you are in the warned area for any of those storms, again, you need to be moving to your safe place. An interior room, basement is best, but obviously away from windows, and put as many walls between you and the outside as you can. But again, nothing right now indicative of anything that is currently on the ground. We will obviously let you know if that changes. So again, those are kind of the 2 areas that we're keeping an eye on right now. Again, the tornado warnings in the northeastern part of the county, and then we have some strong to kind of low-end severe storms currently across parts of southeastern Nebraska that are beginning to push into the southwestern parts of Lancaster County. These storms, I think, will eventually move into the Lincoln area. If we put the radar back in motion again, you can see they are moving to the north and east at about 20 to 30 miles an hour or so, beginning to push into southwestern Lancaster County. Again, I think these could impact Lincoln here as we head over the course of the next hour or so. Again, it's a big weekend, Father's Day weekend, and folks, again, probably have a lot of plans and doing a lot of outdoor activities. So I want to make sure everyone has a good way to get their weather information as we head through this evening because of these potential strong to severe thunderstorms. And so, also, that leads me to my next point is that we have a tornado watch. You can see it on the lower third there at the bottom of your screen, but we have a tornado watch that's currently in place through 10 o'clock Saturday evening for the entirety of the eastern sections of the state. And that includes, again, the Lincoln and Omaha metro areas, down from Falls City through Beatrice, through Fairbury, over towards Hebron, and again up into Columbus, Norfolk, and the northeastern sections of the state. And again, as we head over the next several hours, all modes of severe weather are going to be possible, including, again, damaging winds, 70 to 75 miles an hour. Again, large hail that could be up to the size of tennis balls. Eggs, not tennis balls. That's about 2 inches in diameter. But yeah, 70 to 75 mile an hour wind gusts, and then again a few tornadoes are going to be possible. Again, there's had the activity move through last night. Today was kind of a conditional day, depending on what happened with the storms late last night and early this morning, but the atmosphere has had enough time to kind of reload and reset itself for another round of severe weather as we head over the next several hours. So this is a statewide view, the satellite and radar picture. Again, you can see most of the state right now. Again, it's fairly quiet. There's some storms in the far west, and then obviously we have some of the isolated to widely scattered storms across the eastern sections of the state, but certainly most of the middle part of the state, things are fairly quiet. So this isn't going to be widespread severe weather across the entire state. We're thinking most of the severe weather that we see tonight is going to be across the eastern third of the state. But again, it does include the potential for the Lincoln Metro as well as the Omaha Metro. Again, a lot of folks are going to be up in Omaha for the College World Series. Games currently ongoing right now. So again, want to make sure those folks have a good way to get their weather information. And it looks like we just had a new severe thunderstorm warning that was issued. And again, this is going to be mainly for Gage County. Let me punch that up right here. This is going to be for parts of Gage, Jefferson, and Johnson County. Let me get zoomed in on it right here. Stop the radar. So this includes, again, areas like Beatrice, Wymore. Does not include Fairbury. This includes far eastern Jefferson County, but this is southwestern Johnson, southeastern Jefferson, and Gage County. This is until 6:15. At 5:37, a severe thunderstorm was located 4 miles northwest of Odell, or 12 miles southwest of Beatrice, moving to the northeast at 40 miles an hour. Quarter-sized hail and 50 mile an hour winds. It looks like 50 mile an hour winds are going to be possible with this storm. And again, it's moving to the north and east at 40 miles an hour. So I put that radar back into motion right now. It's just kind of along and just to the west of Highway 77. Go ahead and zoom in here. But again, you can see folks in Diller are going to see that storm here just in the next minute or two. Odell, you're kind of right on the edge of it there as well. Folks in Wymore, Harbine, again, kind of right on the edges, but again, it does have its sights kind of set there on the Beatrice area. So again, folks in Beatrice, this is kind of your heads up. This stronger thunderstorm is going to be headed your way in just the next few minutes. Quarter-sized hail and 50 mile an hour winds possible with that storm. So again, in terms of severe thunderstorms, it is kind of on the lower end. But again, still one that we want to pay close attention to. Again, the storm just back to the north, and again, on radar, it has weakened some over the last 20 or so minutes, but again, currently moving through parts of Saline County, but that warning goes for another 5 or so minutes until 5:45. 60 mile an hour winds and penny-sized hail possible with that storm. Again, it is currently moving through the Wilbur area, as well as beginning to push into the Crete area right now as well. This storm, again, pushing to the north and east. It's going to be pushing into the southern parts of Lancaster County here. So again, folks in southwestern Lancaster County will want to keep an eye on this storm. Good news is, though, in the last few radar scans, it has weakened some, at least according to the radar scans that I'm looking at here. So that is some good news with that storm. So again, 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, kind of either just to the south or to the southwest of Lincoln. Still have several tornado warnings that are ongoing across the northeastern corner of the state. And again, not necessarily any new information with any of these, as these are still all radar indicated. Again, nothing confirmed on the ground with any of these tornado warnings. So that is the good news there. It looks like they did issue a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be for Antelope, Madison, and Pierce counties until 6:30, and $half-sized hail. That's 1.25 inches in diameter and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Both of those threats radar indicated right now at this point, but locations impacted include Battle Creek and Meadow Grove. So again, right now my query is not going to query it because it's got the tornado warning right on top of it there. So give me a second here and we'll fix that. And we can see it's that tornado warning, or excuse me, severe thunderstorm warning right there. That goes until 6:30. Antelope, Madison, Pierce counties, including the Battle Creek and Meadow Grove areas. $half-sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with that new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued. But again, the tornado warnings, one of them for Antelope and Madison County for about another 4 minutes. Again, that's radar indicated rotation with quarter-sized hail possible with that storm. The cell back just to the south and to the west, again, mainly over rural areas in Antelope, Boone, and Madison County. That warning also goes for another 4 minutes or so until 5:45. But golf ball size hail possible with that storm. Again, that also radar indicated. And then, again, one more tornado warning for Antelope and Pierce County. This is going to be moving through the Plainview area here in just the next few minutes, just to the south of Highway 20 there in northeastern Nebraska. If I put this into motion and slow it down for just a skosh, again, we can see that storm. Again, not moving anywhere really in a hurry. Looks like, according to the warning, it's moving northeast at just 15 miles an hour. So again, that's just along into the south of Highway 20 across parts of Antelope and Pierce County. Looks like, again, that main cell is just to the south of the Brunswick area, just to the southwest of the Plainview area, but moving to the northeast very slowly, and again, mainly over rural areas in those counties. But again, folks in Brunswick and Plainview, I would certainly be paying attention to this storm as well. Again, that tornado warning for radar indicated rotation with that storm. And it looks like a new tornado warning has just been issued. This is going to be for parts of Madison County. Again, we're kind of getting warnings on top of warnings here, but if I pause the radar, this is just a warning for Madison County, and this is, again, radar indicated rotation at 5:42. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located 7 miles south of Meadow Grove or 19 miles southeast of Neely, moving northeast at 15 miles an hour. Ping pong ball sized hail as well as a tornado will be possible. This tornadic thunderstorm will remain mainly over rural areas of northwestern Madison County. That is good news with that. But again, folks in the west or northeastern Madison County, and again, folks in Battle Creek, will want to keep an eye on that storm. So again, getting kind of messy there with a warning almost inside a warning, but we'll see one of those warnings drop off here at 5:45. But this new warning goes until 6:15 Central Time. So that will kind of clean up our map just a little bit there. We have a couple severe thunderstorm, a couple tornado warnings there on that cell. Again, back down here towards Lincoln and Lancaster County, it looks like we had a new severe thunderstorm warning that was issued. This does include the southern and eastern sections of the Lincoln Metro, and this is going to be until 6:15 Central Time. Quarter-sized hail as well as 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with this storm. So this is going to be southern Lancaster, northwestern Odo, east central Saline, northwestern Gage, and southwestern Cass counties until 6:15. At 5:43, a severe thunderstorm was located 3 miles southwest of Sprague or 15 miles southwest of Lincoln, moving northeast at 55 miles an hour. Again, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail are going to be the main threats with this storm. But locations impacted include Lincoln, Crete, Waverly, Wilbur, Hickman, Eagle, Bennett, Palmyra, Roca, Hallam, Sprague, Walton, as well as many, again, parks in the area. And it looks like here the Storm Prediction Center putting out a mesoscale discussion, a technical discussion. I'm going to put that into loop mode while I read this real quick, and I'll read it to you. Again, this is kind of the technical discussion. The on the threat across our tornado watch across the area. It says the tornado threat may increase into this evening along with continued hail and damaging wind potential. Supercells have recently developed across northeast Nebraska with another somewhat less organized cluster moving northeastward out of southeast Nebraska. Gradual heating and moistening through the day have resulted in moderate to strong destabilization with with atmospheric energy or thunderstorm energy between 2,000 to 3,000 joules per kilogram. Low-level wind profile depicted by the radars is favorable for potentially tornadic supercells. So again, we're going to continue to see the threat for some strong storms and some tornadoes. Greatest short-term tornado threat appears to reside across northeast Nebraska. However, given the presence of ongoing semi-discrete supercells, however, the environment downstream of southeast Nebraska storm cluster also remains favorable for a tornado or two as convection approaches the Missouri River Valley early this evening. So again, we're going to continue to see threat for tornadoes with some of these storms, but right now Lincoln Metro is included in a severe thunderstorm warning until 6:15. Going to be 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, as well as some penny-sized hail possible, along with, again, some locally heavy rain. Right now, this storm itself is just pushing into the southwestern parts of Lancaster County. So, again, folks in southwestern, south central, southeastern, and east central Lincoln, who I think are under the gun with this potential strong storm that's going to be moving through the area in just the next few minutes. Again, the northern and kind of northwestern side of the Lincoln metro area, the storm looks like maybe just going to push down to your south. So again, right now it's the southern half of Lincoln that would be under the gun for this stronger thunderstorm right now that's pushing into the southwestern part of the county. Again, also have a strong to severe thunderstorm that's pushing into parts of Gage County, and again, that severe thunderstorm warning also runs through 6:15. Again, quarter-sized hail, 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with that severe thunderstorm. It's going to be pushing into the Beatrice area here in just the next few minutes. So again, folks in Lincoln, especially southern Lincoln, again, this is your heads up. Folks in Beatrice, this is your heads up. Got to have some strong thunderstorms beginning to push through the area. Still have multiple tornado warnings that are currently in place across the northeastern corner of the state as well. And again, the good news with those tornado warnings is that right now all of those are for radar-indicated rotation. So that is the good news with that. You just bear with me for just 1 second. I'm going to send a little notification on our weather app, so folks who have our weather app can watch there. Okay, so there we go. Okay, yeah, so like I was saying, right now what I want to do real quick is I want to punch up Lincoln Skyview and take that full for just a second. So that's a live look right now from Lincoln Skyview as storms again are just to the southwest of the Lincoln area and beginning again to push into kind of the southwestern parts of the county. Right now, much of the Lincoln metro under a severe thunderstorm warning until 6:15. Meteorologist Carmela Lutuca is going to have some coverage of this coming up here in our 6 o'clock newscast starting in just a few minutes. If you're watching us right now on our live stream, again, depending on where you're watching us, you may see the 6 o'clock news start. But again, we do have continuous coverage on the 1011 Now live stream. You can find that on the Watch Live page on 1011now.com. We're also streaming live right now on our YouTube channel as well. But again, that 6 o'clock newscast is going to be coming up here in just a few minutes. But again, couple areas of concern right now. I'm going to zoom back out here and I'm going to show you the tornado watch. Again, that tornado watch is in place through 10 o'clock tonight. Covers the eastern third of the state. So again, this is going to be from Falls City over kind of towards Hebron and then up right to the Nebraska-South Dakota border into the northeastern part of the state. Again, includes the Lincoln and Omaha metro areas. Again, folks in Omaha, again, a lot of people are going to be up in Omaha. College World Series going on. I want to make sure folks have a good way to get their weather information tonight. But again, the threat for all modes of severe weather is going to be out there over the next several hours, including a couple tornadoes, large hail up to 2 inches in diameter, 70 to 75 mile-an-hour wind wind gusts and areas of locally heavy rain. So again, this right now is the view of the radar. Storms are pushing into southwestern Lancaster County. I want to punch over here to... I'm going to punch up our radar scope product here. So again, right now you can see that storm moving into the southwestern part of the county. I want to pause it here. So again, folks in Hallam, Sprague, Hickman, Roca, Denton, Crete, right now all kind of in this storm. And again, it continues to push to the north and east at around 20 to 30 miles an hour or so. It's going to continue to push into south central, southeastern sections of the state. The main threats with this storm, again, likely going to be 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Could see some small hail mixed in there as well as some areas of locally heavy rain. So this is one, again, we're going to continue to watch here as it moves through the Lincoln metro area over the next half an hour or so. And it looks like we're starting to finally see some rain show up here on 1011's sky view. As again, some rain has been developing just out ahead of this storm across the northern part of the county. I really quick want to punch up. It looks like meteorologist Carmelo Latuca might be doing a cut in here. Let's just watch. Oh, actually, no, it looks like he already dropped off, so never mind. So yeah, we'll just continue with what we got going on here. So again, one storm right now that's beginning to push into the southern sections of Lincoln, of the Lincoln metro area. One storm that's just down to our south across parts of Gage County. Both of these warnings go till 6:15. And again, in all honesty, both of these warnings are on the lower end of severe limits. With 60-mile-an-hour winds, and again, less than quarter-sized hail generally being possible with both of those storms. So that is some good news with both of those storms. Again, some of the stronger storms, and it looks like there actually is an update now. We do have an observed tornado with this Madison County storm. So again, this is until 6:15, this tornado warning, until 6:15. You'll notice the box there is purple, and that's indicative of a confirmed tornado. A confirmed tornado, and that's going to be for parts of Madison County till 6:15. Also, golf ball sized hail, or ping pong ball sized hail, that is, rather. 1.5 inch in diameter hail is going to be possible with that storm. Folks in Battle Creek, and again, folks there in Madison County who are in that warned area should be moving to their safe place. But again, thankfully, that warning is mainly over rural areas. But it's going to be just to the southwest of Battle Creek, just to the south of the Newman Grove area there, up in Madison County. So again, we have 4 tornado warnings that are currently in place across the northeastern part of the state. We just had a new tornado warning that was issued. Let's see, I think it's this one right here. Yeah, this is the new warning. This is for parts of northeastern Madison, southwestern Wayne, southeastern Pierce, and northwestern Stanton County. And this goes until 6:30 p.m., and this is for radar-indicated rotation. Includes areas like Hayter and Hoskins. At 5:52, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 5 miles west of Norfolk, moving northeast at 15 miles an hour. Tornado and quarter-sized hail will be possible with this storm. It's going to be, again, near the Hayter area here in just the next few minutes. So then in the Norfolk area as well. This warning, though, is just to the north, covers probably the northern parts of Norfolk in Madison County. But again, this is Madison, Pierce, Stanton, and Wayne counties. Again, that is radar-indicated rotation with that storm as well. So again, but we also then have the observed tornado warning. This is for parts of Madison County until 6:15. That's mainly over rural areas. But again, folks in Battle Creek, I would certainly be, again, watching that storm. Weather Service reporting we have several images via social media. A tornado that's on the ground north of Emmerich and south of Meadow Grove. So again, Meadow Grove is going to be right here. So just south of Meadow Grove would be in this warned area here. If I punch up our velocity scope here and see if we can't see anything. There's, again, some broad rotation according to the radar here. Again, nothing in here looks all that overly impressive. But, again, where some of these reds meet these greens is indicative of where there's rotation within that thunderstorm. So, again, in areas right here just to the south of Meadow Grove, where some of these greens are meeting these reds, are where we're looking at that potential tornado currently being. So, yeah, multiple tornado warnings up there in the northeastern corner of the state. The one observed tornado just to the south of the Meadow Grove area. Back here closer to home in Lincoln and Lancaster County. Again, we have a severe thunderstorm warning that covers kind of the southern half of Lancaster County. Does include portions of the Lincoln metro area. Again, on radar, this doesn't look like an overly impressive storm. But we are looking at the potential for 60-mile-an-hour winds, penny-sized hail, and that warning runs through 6:15. And again, that storm beginning to push into the southwestern parts of the Lincoln metro area. But again, right now, just kind of along and west of Highway 77, beginning to kind of cross over parts of 77, again, down near Hickman. So again, that's continue to watch this storm. But again, not overly impressive on the radar. Again, still have a strong storm that's pushing through Gage County into the Beatrice area. That severe thunderstorm warning also runs through 6:15. Again, quarter-sized hail and 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with that storm as well. And it looks like, again, might have meteorologist Carmelo Latuca on air right now. I'm going to send it to him so we can listen in to his coverage really quickly.
But I do want to take a look one more time now at our tornado watch. This covers all of eastern Nebraska and northeastern Kansas. This is in effect until 10 p.m. We'll be on the air in just a few minutes, and we'll start off with weather coverage, so stay tuned to 1011 on air and online.
All right, well, we just caught him there at the very tail end of his cut-in. But again, have multiple storms that we're keeping an eye on across the eastern sections of the state. I'm going to punch up the satellite and radar picture so we can take a look at a statewide view. Again, have some storms pushing into southwestern Lancaster County, into southwestern Lincoln Metro. Again, right now we're going to keep a close eye on these. Again, these storms have kind of, pulsed up and down just a little bit. But right now, again, have some stronger storms pushing into southern Lancaster, into Gage counties as well. Also have a cluster of tornado warnings that are currently ongoing right now across the northeastern corner of the state as well, kind of up towards the Norfolk area. Again, all of this happening. A lot of leftover boundaries in the area from storms we had last night. There's a cold front that's going to be pushing through the area. So, again, a lot of boundaries. Atmosphere is really ripe right now. A lot of heat, a lot of humidity, and the atmosphere, even after the storms we had last night, has had enough time to kind of reset itself and recharge for this second round of severe weather. A lot of times we will see, one round of storms the night before potentially impact the severe weather potential the next day. That's kind of what we had hoped for. The threat tonight was kind of conditional, depending on what the storms did last night. But unfortunately, again, the atmosphere has had some time to kind of reset and recharge across the eastern sections of the state. So, again, we have the tornado watch that's currently in place through 10 o'clock this evening. So for another 4 hours for the eastern third of the state, again, including Lincoln, Omaha, Columbus, Norfolk, Nebraska City, Falls City, Beatrice, Fairbury. And that goes down into some of our northeastern Kansas counties as well. And then you can see the severe thunderstorm watch shaded in pink for eastern Kansas. That also runs through 10 o'clock tonight as well. Let's see. So, yeah. All right. So, again, just really quick going over again the storms that are currently in the southeastern corner of the state. One severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Cass, Odo, Saline counties, Lancaster counties, runs through 6:15, 60-mile-an-hour winds, as well as penny-sized hail possible. And then another severe thunderstorm warning that is going to be for parts of Gage, Jefferson, Johnson counties, also till 6:15, quarter-sized hail, 50-mile-an-hour winds possible with that storm. These are moving to the north and east at about 20 to 30 miles an hour. And again, while these storms are strong, they are on the lower limits of the severe threat. So again, while we may hear some gusty winds, see some small hail, have some heavy rain, again, these are on the lower end of severe limits. Most of the concern right now is kind of across the northeastern corner of the state. We have multiple tornado warnings that are currently in place. We'll start with the northernmost warning. And this, again, is for parts of Antelope and Pierce County. This goes until 6:15 Central Time, so another 15 minutes or so. Inch and a half diameter hail, so that's ping pong ball, as well as a radar indicated tornado possible in these areas for parts of Antelope and Pierce County. If I click on this to try and get the latest update was just a couple minutes ago at 5:54. Storm was located 9 miles southwest of Plainview, 10 miles northeast of Neely, moving east at 15 miles an hour. Again, tornado and ping pong ball size hail possible with that storm. So it's not moving anywhere really in a hurry. Will remain mainly over rural areas of west central Pierce and east central Antelope counties. But again, folks in Plainview are included in that warning. It looks like we did just have a new severe thunderstorm warning issued. This is on one of the cells that has just kind of popped up in the last few minutes here. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that covers parts of southwestern Cumming, northern Colfax, northeastern Platte, and southern Stanton counties. And this warning is until 6:45. At 6:01, a severe thunderstorm was located 5 miles south of Creston, or 13 miles north of Columbus, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. 2-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with that storm. Locations impacted include Clarkson, Howells, Lee, Creston, the Highway 15 and 32 junction, the Highway 57 and 32 junction, and Maple Creek Recreation area. So again, 2-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with that storm. Right now, it's just to the north and east of Platte Center, just to the east of Highway 81. If I put that into motion, you can see that storm really just getting itself together here in just the last half an hour or so. And again, it is pushing to the north and east at about 30 miles an hour. So folks in Clarkson will want to watch out for this storm. And anyone, again, across parts of southwestern Cumming, northern Colfax, northeastern Platte, and southern Stanton counties with that particular severe thunderstorm warning. Also have just another storm that's popped up just to the southwest of Platte Center, to the southwest of that particular cell, that I wouldn't be surprised if we did see a severe thunderstorm warning issued for that cell as well, as it's developed and intensified here pretty quickly in just the last few minutes. Again, back up here to our multiple tornado warnings. Again, we have one confirmed tornado or one observed tornado. And this looks like a train spotter reports tornado 4 miles south-southwest of Battle Creek, which, again, if we zoom in on our radar here, you can see Battle Creek is just on the edge of that warning. But we have multiple tornado warnings, I believe 4 tornado warnings that are currently with this cell stretching up from just near Norfolk, again, back just to the east of the Petersburg area. I'm going to punch up the velocity so we can look at the velocity with this. Okay, and so we can see on here multiple areas of rotation within these cells. So you have an area of rotation here associated with that tornado warning. You have an area of rotation in here kind of with this confirmed tornado warning. Actually, no, excuse me. That's going to be right in here. And we also have areas of rotation maybe a little bit more broad, kind of up near the Norfolk area as well. So again, multiple areas of rotation being indicated on the radar. And again, that's what we're talking about when those reds meet those greens. That's indicative of a couplet within that thunderstorm and indicative of a potential tornado. And again, it looks like we just had a new tornado warning issued again. This is going to be for parts of Antelope and Pierce County. We can zoom in on it here. I'm going to change this radar back to reflectivity. So again, this is the storm that's just, again, crawling up near the Plainview area. But this new tornado warning is for west central Pierce and east central Antelope County until 6:45. At 6:04, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 9 miles southwest of Plainview or 10 miles northeast of Neely, moving east at 15 miles an hour. Tornado and quarter-sized hail will be possible. It's mainly going to be over rural areas in west central Pierce and east central Antelope counties. But again, if you're in this warned area, if you're in the Plainview area, again, we're talking west central Pierce, east central Antelope counties, you need to be moving into your shelter, into your safe place at this time. So again, multiple tornado warnings ongoing across the northeastern parts of the state. Chief Meteorologist Ken Chimick has just walked over. No, you're good.
But I want to know if you have seen anything. At one point, the warnings, the query box said observed.
Yes.
On one of the tornado warnings. Have you read anything about?
We had spotters reporting a tornado 4 miles southwest of Battle Creek.
And what time was that?
That was just in the last few minutes. I don't have an exact time on it. But yeah, the last few minutes. All right, so let's see. Back here, zooming back out. So again, you can see multiple tornado warnings. Hard to keep track of them all, but these are all clustered kind of up just along and just to the kind of southwest of the Norfolk area, and then and a couple up near, again, Plainview, across parts of Pierce and Madison County. So multiple tornado warnings ongoing in those areas. We have had the one observed tornado, again, that was southwest of the Battle Creek area. We put this radar back into motion. And again, these particular storms, again, across parts of Madison, Stanton, Cumming, Colfax counties, are not moving in a particular hurry, only at about 10 to 20 miles an hour or so right now in those areas. We also, again, just recently had the severe thunderstorm warning that was issued. This is for parts of Colfax, Cumming, Platte, and Stanton counties. So again, Clarkson, Creston, Howells, Lee, till 6:45. We're talking 2-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with that storm. We're also keeping a close eye on the storm that's just to the southwest of that, currently moving through Platte Center. I wouldn't be surprised if that cell also got a warning on it here as well. Again, back here closer to home, there are storms pushing into Lincoln and Lancaster County. I can tell you, again, over the last half an hour or so as we've been on the air, I'm going to punch up Lincoln Skyview here. But over the course of the last half an hour, again, this is the live look from Lincoln Skyview. This is looking kind of back to the west, a little bit to the southwest. You can kind of see that rain shaft on the left-hand side of your screen. But again, on the radar, this storm has kind of fallen apart just a little bit over the last half an hour or so. So again, the storms that we have moving currently through the Lincoln area right now are below, they're right at severe limits. And again, in terms of wind gusts, we're looking at maybe some penny-sized hail being possible. But again, likely the main threat with this storm in southern Lancaster County is going to be some damaging winds. And right now, again, it's the southern parts of the Lincoln Metro that are seeing these stronger thunderstorms. So southeastern Lincoln, and then as you get into east central Lancaster over towards Eagle, again, eventually over the border into Palmyra, could be seeing these storms move through over the course of the next half an hour to 45 minutes or so as they're moving to the east and to the northeast at about 50 miles an hour now. So picking up just a little bit. Again, you put this radar into motion. You can see there has been some additional development just out ahead of this cell, kind of across the east central parts of Lincoln into parts of southeastern Lancaster County, down near Highway 2. So again, talking kind of out near Bennett. So again, there has been some additional development out ahead of this storm over the course of the last half an hour or so. Overall, though, again, this storm itself that is pushing through Lincoln is kind of just barely meeting severe limits, which again is quarter-sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, or a tornado. Storm has any one of those three. Again, usually has more than one, but if it has any one of those three, that's when we usually see that severe thunderstorm warning that's issued. Also have the other severe thunderstorm warning. This is across much of Gage County. Also includes parts of eastern Jefferson and then into parts of western Johnson until 6:15. Quarter-sized hail and 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with that storm. Again, to try and keep up with things here a little bit, we just had a new tornado warning that was issued for parts of Boone and Madison County. We'll try and zoom in here and see if we can't get it to pop up on our screen here. That's the old one. That's the new one right there. So this is a tornado warning. Radar indicated again, but a tornado warning for southwestern Madison and eastern Boone County until 6:45. At 6:09, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located 6 miles north of Newman Grove or 16 miles northeast of Albion, moving to the east at 25 miles an hour. A tornado and half-dollar-sized hail will be possible. And again, this storm will remain mainly over rural areas of southwestern Madison and eastern Boone counties. And it looks like on top of all of that, let me punch this up here, but we just had, I got to get it set up here on my screen, a flash flood warning that has been issued for these areas as well. And that flash flood warning, we can see highlighted there in blue. That flash flood warning is for parts of southeastern Antelope, northeastern Boone, and central Madison County until 9:15. At 6:10, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1.5 and 2.5 inches of rain have fallen. The expected rainfall rate is 2 inches in 1 hour. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. So again, that's radar indicated flash flooding in those areas. Again, these storms in these areas haven't been going anywhere in a hurry, so we've seen sort of training thunderstorms over this area in Antelope, Boone, and Madison County. Radar estimating about 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain has already fallen, and these storms are producing rainfall rates upwards of 2 inches for every 1 hour. So again, some flash flooding concerns now in the northeastern part of the state as well. So again, that right now is where all of the tornadic activity is. Again, multiple radar-indicated tornado warnings in those areas. One tornado warning for an observed tornado for parts of Madison County, just to the southwest of Battle Creek. And it looks like now we just had another new tornado warning issued. Really starting to get difficult to keep track of all these. This one is going to be, I believe, this one right here at 6. Let's see. This is northeastern Madison County, southwestern Wayne County, and northwestern Stanton County. Under a tornado warning until 6:45. At 6:12, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located 3 miles northeast of Norfolk, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. Tornado and quarter-sized hail will be possible. Dangerous storm will be near Hoskins around 6:15 and Windside around 6:30. Again, if you're in the warned area, you need to be seeking shelter from this storm. Again, numerous tornado warnings that are currently ongoing across the northeastern parts of Nebraska, stretching from Madison into Wayne and Stanton counties, Pierce and Madison counties as well. Again, it's really kind of hard to keep track of what is what with all of the tornado warnings that are currently on that page. So I'm really quickly going to punch the, let me see here. I might want to punch the radar scope back up. Again, have some strong thunderstorms moving through the Lincoln area, but overall, generally kind of below or right at the severe limits. Okay. So I want to punch up the velocity here. Change my color table. So again, we have multiple kind of couplets that we're keeping an eye on within all of these tornado warnings. Again, this couplet is where the radar is able to determine which direction the wind within these storms is moving, and so green is indicative of winds that are going towards the radar, and red is indicative of winds that are going away from the radar. And so where you have some of these greens meet these reds, say like right here, again, just to the southwest of this Battle Creek area, you have an area of broad rotation up here just to the east of the Norfolk area again. So there are multiple areas within all of these tornado warnings that are showing some signs of rotation. And even, again, the storm up here that is tornado warned for parts of Pierce and Madison counties, again, just to the south of the Plainview area. That was a bad circle. I'm going to try that again. Again, this area right here, just to the south of Plainview, where that green is meeting that red. That's indicative of that rotation, and that's where that possible tornado could be. So again, just to reset here, 6:15, we've had a few of these tornado warnings fall off that have expired. The one good thing in here is we had that tornado warning for an observed tornado that was just to the southwest of Battle Creek. That's been allowed to drop, and so now we just have, again, a radar-indicated tornado warning for those areas. So that is some good news. Currently, not seeing anything at least confirmed on the ground by storm spotters, by emergency management, or anything like that. So that is at least one good piece of news with all the activity that we have going on. Also, again, the warnings for Lincoln and Lancaster County and Gage County were set to expire at 6:15 as well. So those have expired. So Lincoln, Lancaster County, not currently under any kind of warning at this time. So that is good news. We are hearing some thunder right now in Lincoln. Again, punch up Lincoln Skyview. This is a live look from 40th and Vine. Again, a couple hundred feet up. Again, you can see, got the raindrops on the Skyview camera there. Doesn't look like, again, as I look out the window, trees are blowing around, but again, nothing that we haven't seen before, similar to kind of some of the activity we had moved through late last night and early this morning. So that is the good news, is that at least these southeastern Nebraska cells have weakened some and are now below severe limits. So that is good news. Looking back kind of to the west of this line of storms, there is no new activity, at least right now. I know folks over at Pinewood Bowl have a show tonight, trying to get that show in. So Tim, again, we've been talking. If you're listening at all, at least things right now, as this line kind of continues to push east, there's no new additional development back to the west. As I say all that, we just had a new severe thunderstorm warning issued. This includes it's going to be most of Gage, parts of southeastern Jefferson, parts of south central Lancaster, and into parts of Johnson County as well. And this severe thunderstorm warning is going to run through 7 o'clock. Quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts are going to be possible with this storm. So this is southeastern Lancaster, western Johnson, southeastern Jefferson, northwestern Pawnee, and Gage counties until 7 o'clock. Severe thunderstorm was located 6 miles northeast of Diller, or 9 miles southwest of Beatrice, moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail are going to be possible. Locations impacted include Beatrice, Hickman, Wymore, Firth, Adams, Cortland, Sterling, Blue Springs, Odell, Diller, Pickerel, Philly, Lewiston, Steel City, Virginia, Harbine, Crab Orchard, Holmesville, St. Mary, and Stagecoach State Recreation Area. So that's the latest warning that we've currently had come across. This does include far southern, southeastern Lancaster County. This is mostly, again, into Gage County. I pause the radar right now. Again, the strongest part, the storm that prompted this warning is going to be right down here, kind of into southwestern Gage County. And so that's the part of this sort of cluster that has prompted this warning. So this is a new warning that runs through 7 o'clock. So again, folks in Beatrice have already seen quite a bit of activity move through over the course of the last half an hour or so. Another round is going to be headed your way. And again, folks in northern and northeastern Gage County, again, another round where you're currently already seeing that activity right now. You're going to see another round over the next half an hour to 45 minutes as this additional storm continues to push through. But I want to punch back out and look at a statewide satellite and radar picture. Because again, as I was kind of saying it before this new warning was issued, but there's not any new development kind of back to the west of this line. You kind of have this line stretching from up in the northeast where we have that cluster of tornadic supercells up near Norfolk and Columbus, and then that line kind of stretches back down towards Lincoln, Beatrice, and then down into parts of northeastern Kansas. Not a lot of activity west of that line. So that is some good news as this line continues to push to the east and northeast. At least right now, there's nothing additional building that could move through and threaten the Lincoln area over the course of the next hour or two, not including what we have currently moving through the area right now. So that is at least some good news. Again, as I was saying, Pinewood Bowl has a show tonight, and they're trying to get that show in. And again, while things are a little noisy right now, it looks like as this stuff moves on through, we may see, again, things kind of quiet down, at least for a little bit. But we'll obviously keep an eye on if anything else pops up over the course of this evening. So kind of running you through a couple things. This is the severe weather outlook for the day today. Storm Prediction Center had a marginal and slight risk across the eastern sections of the state, also a marginal risk in the far west. But we were expecting the potential for isolated to scattered severe thunderstorms. And there was, again, not necessarily low, but there was the threat for some tornadoes, and the tornado probability, again, highest across the eastern sections of the state. And we've seen that certainly realized with the number of warnings, particularly tornado warnings, that we've seen issued for the northeastern corner of the state, up near Columbus, Norfolk, and up near the Plainview area, Battle Creek, and those areas. The severe wind probability, again, highest across the eastern parts of the state. So far in Lancaster and Gage counties and far southeastern Nebraska, again, it's primarily been wind, but there also is the threat. We have also seen a couple storms up near Platteview and to the north and east with some larger hail according to the radar. So again, all modes of severe weather are going to be possible as we head over the next several hours. So taking a look at our rapid refresh model, it's doing okay. It's not picking up on some of the activity, again, in the northeast. It has some of it, but not quite in the right place. So, again, don't take this as gospel, but we're just kind of looking at a general picture here. But as we head through this evening, we're going to continue to see kind of this line develop of broken clusters and supercells. And then that line kind of continues to push to the east. This is at 8 o'clock tonight. It has a lot of the activity kind of lined up from down up near Omaha down through Falls City. So, again, folks who maybe have tickets to College World Series, anything like that, I think the threat in Omaha is still going to be there as we head over the next couple hours. As we head past 8 o'clock, a lot of that activity begins to kind of push over the border. And, again, the good news is this model doesn't have any additional activity necessarily redeveloping back to the west that could move through the area. It does have some, though, as we step forward in time, have some activity redeveloping as we head towards late tonight. I think the potential for those to be strong to severe thunderstorms is on the lower end. Again, that watch only goes through 10 o'clock, but we'll keep that chance for some isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast even as we head into the early part of the overnight period tonight. I think that chance then will go down a little bit more as we head into the day on your Sunday. So again, this is the current view right now in Lincoln from 40th and Vine. Temperatures cooling back with that rain-cooled air. We're into the lower to middle 70s. Dew points have ticked down a little bit too. Thankfully, again, those dew points were in the low to mid 70s earlier this afternoon. South winds are breezy. Oh, not sure what just happened there. It's a pretty good rumble of thunder right there right now in the capital city. We're going to jump away from this, and we're going to jump back to the radar to see what's going on. Let's see. All right, so again, a little bit loud here in central Lincoln. I'm going to pause the radar, kind of go zoom in just a little bit. Heaviest activity in Lancaster County right now is, again, really mainly across the eastern parts of the county, down to the far southeastern parts of the Lincoln Metro. Again, areas from Eagle over towards Bennett, down towards Hickman, seeing some heavier thunderstorms. But again, we just had a pretty good flash of lightning. I could see outside our window here at the 1011 Studios. Pretty good rumble of thunder, but again, still nothing severe right now threatening the Lincoln area. This is just some good old-fashioned summertime thunderstorms that we have pushing through. Again, dropping some gusty winds, some areas of heavy rain in there as well. But again, it could be a little bit noisy here as the storm moves through over the next few minutes. Again, severe thunderstorm warning for Gage, southeastern Lancaster, runs until 7 o'clock tonight. Quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with that storm. It is, we put the radar back into motion here, just kind of moving through the Diller and Odell areas. But again, this will be moving through the Beatrice area here in just the next few minutes. So again, folks in Beatrice, you have already seen one round of heavier thunderstorms move on through. We're about to see another round of heavier thunderstorms move on through. And again, down the line, areas like Pickerel and Cortland along Highway 77, Philly and eastern Gage County, again, could see this activity. Wymore, just south of Beatrice, again, could see this activity. So again, keep an eye on it. Again, you zoom out and you go down, there's some additional activity down across parts of northeastern Kansas. These are storms that we'll keep an eye on for areas like Falls City, Auburn, maybe towards Nebraska City as it continues to push to the north and east as well. Okay, so coming back here to the northeastern part of the state, one piece of good news, we did have, again, this storm near Plainview had a tornado warning on it for quite a while. That tornado warning has been allowed to expire, and we've replaced it with a severe thunderstorm warning. So that is at least one piece of good news. And if I click on this here, this is going to be just a few minutes ago, 6:20. So that's southern Pierce and northeastern Antelope counties. That warning goes until 7 o'clock. At 6:19, severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles south of Plainview, 15 miles northeast of Neely, moving southeast now at 20 miles an hour. Golf ball-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible. With that storm, locations impacted include Pierce, Foster, and the Willow Creek State Recreation Area. And it looks like we also just had another severe thunderstorm warning issued. Let's see if we can't punch this up here. And again, a lot of tornado warnings on here, so it's kind of hard to pick through them all. But this new severe thunderstorm warning, you can see it's kind of for this whole cluster. Multiple tornado warnings within this cluster of cells, and they just issued severe thunderstorm warning that kind of covers the entirety of it. But this is a severe thunderstorm warning that includes central Madison, southeastern Wayne, northwestern Cumming, southeastern Pierce, and northern Stanton counties until 7:30 Central Time. At 6:25, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 2 miles northeast of Hoskins to 9 miles north of Newman Grove and moving to the east at 25 miles an hour. Golf ball-sized hail that's 1 3/4 in diameter and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts are possible with this line of storms. Locations impacted include Norfolk, Wayne, Stanton, Battle Creek, Winside, Pilger, Hayter, Hoskins, and Lake Mascanthine Recreation Area. Again, golf ball-sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with that storm. And again, those are, I should say, radar-indicated threats with that cluster of storms. But again, we also still have a number of tornado warnings within that cluster of storms as well. So again, one for Boone and Madison. That goes until 6:45. Again, this is going to be just to the south of the Battle Creek area. If I punch on our velocity scope to see if we can kind of see. No, it's not good. Doesn't want to do it. Well, anyways. One for Boone and Madison. Kind of move to the north and east a little bit. There's another one for parts of Madison. This does include the city of Norfolk, and that is until 6:30, so that's just for another 2 minutes. Let's see. For another 2 minutes, but again, radar-indicated rotation there. Another one for parts of Madison, Pierce, Stanton, Wayne, and including the city of Hoskins until 6:30. So again, that's going to drop off here in about 80 seconds or so. And then one for Madison, Stanton, Wayne, again, includes Hoskins and Winside till 6:45. Again, radar-indicated rotation with that storm as well. So again, we'll see a couple of these drop off here in just a little under a minute. That will hopefully kind of clear things up just a little bit for us. But again, numerous tornado warnings up in that direction. Otherwise, again, non-severe activity pushing through most of Lancaster County. Do still have those some strong to severe thunderstorms back down to our south, moving into southern Gage. Going to be pushing through the Beatrice area here in just the next few minutes. So again, we'll keep a close eye on those. But right now, that's just severe thunderstorms. It looks like they have up the hail potential with the latest update with that warning. Now looking at ping pong ball-sized hail being possible with that storm as it's going to be moving through the Beatrice area here in just the next few minutes. If I punch up our hail scope, must not be working quite right there because it's not punching anything up as soon as I clicked out of it. Let's see. Okay. All right. Well, we tried. Okay. So that's kind of where things sit right now. I'm going to punch up the statewide satellite and radar. Wayne County report a pea-sized hail from Hoskins. Lancaster County emergency managers reporting heavy rain visibility less than a mile at Firth. So again, nothing out there right now that's overly concerning. Again, want to keep an eye on all the storms that we currently have on the board, but out there right now, again, nothing that's overtly concerning to me right now. Again, obviously still have the tornado warnings here, which actually I should just punch those back up because we had a couple of those just fall off the board. So we'll look at the current picture there up near Norfolk. Get this to load up. Okay, so now there are just 2 tornado warnings that are currently on the board. One of them, again, this is going to be just to the southwest of Norfolk. The latest on this was just from 2 minutes ago, so it's 6:28. Spirit thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located 9 miles west of Madison, 17 miles southwest of Norfolk, moving east at 30 miles an hour. Be over mainly rural areas of southwestern Madison County. So that is one tornado warning. An additional tornado warning, this is going to be for northeastern Madison, southwestern Wayne, northwestern Stanton County until 6:45. Haven't updated this in a little bit. Last update was at 6:12. But again, that storm's moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. And again, the radar signature over the last few scans does have it weakening some, so that is some good news. But again, 2 tornado warnings currently in place. We've seen some of these kind of replaced with severe thunderstorm warnings. But overall, again, if you look in just the last few scans, especially with some of this activity just to the north of Columbus, just to the south, well, I say that, and again, it looks like we just had a new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued for those areas. Let's zoom in and take a look at that latest severe thunderstorm warning. This is, okay, let's see. There we go. Okay. So this is going to be a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Madison, northeastern Platte, southern Stanton counties until 7:15. At 6:31, a severe thunderstorm was located over Humphrey, or 18 miles north of Columbus, and moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail are possible. Locations include Stanton, Humphrey, Creston, Highway 57 and 32 Junction, and the Lake Mascentine Recreation Area. Again, so those are radar-indicated threats of quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts with that latest severe thunderstorm warning we have issued. And again, right now, the strongest part of that storm right now, right over Nebraska Highway 81, and just to the right over the Humphrey area, and just to the north of the Tarnov area as well. Okay, I went ahead and took the Lincoln Skyview kind of out of our box there, as again, not much to look at now. In fact, actually, you look to the west of Lincoln, and you can kind of see some clearing. Getting some pictures in, again, from near the Hoskins area. I want to go up here to the Hoskins area. Turn my tornado warnings back on. So I want to look at the velocity in here. It's not going to do it. My velocity doesn't want to work. So we're just going to do this. So again, some reports of, funnels near the Hoskins area. So again, probably maybe right in here. We see some rotation. Again, also some rotation just to the southeast of the Hoskins area, just to the north of Spurville. Again, this is mainly over, rural areas. Oh, my. let's see. This is a report from emergency manager Jefferson and Saline counties. Half-mile north of Diller on Highway 103, a deputy reports 8 inches of water flowing across Highway 103. So again, that is some very heavy rain in those areas. That's going to be parts of Jefferson County, I believe, or parts of Gage County, near the Diller area, Highway 103. All right, but again, some reports again near Hoskins, up here, Stanton County, I believe, with some funnels. So we're going to keep a close eye on that. Nothing reported on the ground, though. But again, we will keep an eye on that. While we have the velocity up, we'll go over here to this other tornado warning, which again, this is going to be just to the north of the Newman Grove area, south of Battle Creek. And again, very disorganized, kind of looking right now. No clear indications of any couplet or where a potential tornado could be with that storm. That warning goes for about another 10 minutes or so we'll keep an eye on it. So again, punching the reflectivity back up here. Going back down here to Lincoln, Lancaster County, southeastern Nebraska. Again, Diller. So again, heavy rain right now over Diller. And they're reporting Highway 103, which again runs through Diller, half-mile north of Diller, 8 inches of water flowing across Highway 183. So that's a lot of water. That's a lot of water just flowing across Highway 103. We always use the phrase, turn around, don't drown. Again, if you come across a flooded roadway, it may be inconvenient. It may mean you don't get home on time or whatever, but moving water, fast-moving water, especially an underappreciated force of nature. Again, when it comes to severe weather or severe weather sort of phenomena, on average, there are more deaths that come from flooding or flash flooding than from tornadoes or hail or lightning or anything like that, which is always a statistic that kind of surprises everyone. So keep an eye on that. Again, don't drive across those flooded roadways or across those flooded roadways. You don't know what's underneath the water. The road may not be there anymore, so that's something you want to keep a close eye on. Okay. All right. So for other areas in the southeastern parts of the state, Pawnee City, Falls City, Auburn. You haven't seen anything yet, but you can see a line of storms pushes down into parts of northeastern Kansas, and it's lifting to the north and east as well. So your turn is coming. You just got to wait a few more minutes here. Do have a line of warned storms down into parts of northeastern Kansas that are lifting to the north and east. So we're going to keep an eye on these as they're expected to push into your area over the next hour or two. And again, right now, kind of like the other storms that we've seen in southeastern Nebraska, these are kind of right on the edge of severe. 60-mile-an-hour winds, nickel-sized hail with that line of storms in northeastern Kansas. But again, folks, from Pawnee City to Falls City over to Auburn, in Pawnee, Richardson, and Nemaha counties, these storms will be heading your way as we head over the course of the next hour or two. So that's kind of what we got going on right now. So nothing threatening Lincoln, which is good. Couple of radar indicated tornado warnings up in the Norfolk area. Nothing being confirmed though by emergency managers, storm spotters of anything potentially on the ground right now. So that is good. Do have a stronger storm that's pushing through the Beatrice area right now that could be producing ping pong ball sized hail, areas of heavy rain, 60-mile-an-hour winds. But again, that's kind of what we have right now. So I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm at least going to take maybe a little bit of a break here. I'm going to step away and we'll continue. I'll leave the live stream up here. Let's see. I'll leave the live stream up here and just kind of leave it up on the radar. And as we need to, we'll kind of jump back on and jump back in. But nothing threatening Lincoln right now. Storms just down to our south in Gage County continue to push to the north and east. Folks in Beatrice, Gage County, we'll see some of these stronger storms move through. Folks in far southeastern Nebraska, we're going to keep an eye on these storms that are in northeast Kansas. They're lifting to the north and east. And again, obviously, then we have a couple of the tornado warnings and stronger thunderstorms up in the Norfolk area. But again, nothing right now confirmed on the ground. Emergency managers aren't reporting anything, so that is all good news. Okay, so I'm just going to punch the radar up here. We're going to let the radar loop, and again, we're going to come back. We'll take just a little bit of a break here, and we'll come back here in just a few minutes, and we'll jump back on. So appreciate everyone for tuning in, watching. I'm just going to punch this up, and we'll let this run for just a little bit, and we'll come back when we'll probably come back here. We'll give it 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll come back live. All right, welcome back, everyone. Jumping back on here. Again, just took a little bit of a short break there. And while we were away, we did have a couple new tornado warnings that were issued. So we're going to kind of go through the list of warnings that we currently have on the board. And again, we still have a cluster of strong storms that keep producing enough rotation for the Weather Service to issue to issue some tornado warnings across the northeastern corner of the state. We'll start though again just here in the southeast. Nothing threatening Lincoln, the Lincoln metro area at this time. We do have some stronger storms that are basically lined up just to our east, down into parts of Gage County, but those now moving into parts of Johnson, and now some storms lifting up from Kansas into Pawnee County as well. So we do still have, and this has just been trimmed up a little bit, but a severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to cover parts of Gage, Johnson, and Pawnee County. And so the update on this was at 6:49. Severe thunderstorm was located 5 miles southwest of Adams or 12 miles northeast of Beatrice, moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. Quarter-sized hail and 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts are going to be possible with that storm. Again, folks, out ahead of this storm, Tecumseh, back down, not necessarily this storm, but Pawnee City as well. Going to want to watch out to see some heavier thunderstorm activity move through here in just the next few minutes. If we, again, go back to our northern cluster of storms, it's, again, a very fascinating sort of environment right now because we've had, again, numerous boundaries left over from storms we had last night, early this morning. There's a cold front in the area. So right now, if you actually look at it, there's the storm up near Pierce that's actually moving to the south and east. You have the storm that kind of popped up near Humphrey and Tarnov that's kind of moving to the northeast. And then you have the storm that's kind of right over Norfolk and parts of Madison County that's not really moving at all. And all of these are kind of beginning to converge just a little bit or will be shortly. So, again, just kind of interesting environment out there right now. Again, so if we go through the tornado warnings that we have seen reissued here in just the last few minutes, one of them, again, this is for parts of southeastern Madison County. This goes until 7:30, so for about 40 minutes. But at 6:48, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 5 miles west of Madison or 14 miles southwest of Norfolk, moving northeast at 25 miles an hour. There's another area of rotation about 10 miles west of Madison, moving east at 20 miles an hour. So a tornado, radar indicated right now, and ping pong ball sized hail, also radar indicated right now, possible with that storm. So that's one tornado warning. If we move just down to the south and east, this is another tornado warning that is going to cover northwestern Colfax, northeastern Platte, and southeastern Stanton counties until 7:15. So for another 20 or so minutes. So the update on this was from 10 minutes ago, but that storm was located near Lee, 20 miles north of Columbus, moving to the northeast at 25 miles an hour. Quarter-sized hail also possible, but again, radar indicated rotation with that storm as well. Again, on the radar, it looks like that storm maybe just weakened some just a little bit. And then also, again, one of our latest tornado warnings, which it looks like they might have just put out an update on and trimmed it up just a little bit. But a tornado warning remains in effect until 7:15. Again, so for about another 20 minutes for northwestern Cumming and northeastern Stanton counties. At 6:53, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Pilger, 14 miles south of Wayne, moving northeast to 25 miles an hour. Again, penny-sized hail also possible with that storm. I believe it's about 10 years ago to almost to the day, the Pilger tornado. So again, folks in those areas certainly don't want to see any of this activity after what happened 10 years ago. Let's see, report from, it looks like maybe the fire department, currently northeast of Pilger, decent rotation in the mezzo, but not much of a wall cloud at this time. So that is good. Again, all three of these warnings are for radar-indicated rotation, so we have no emergency managers or storm spotters reporting anything that is currently on the ground or threatening to at least immediately produce a tornado. So that is good news with that. Also have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings up in these areas. Again, let's see if we start with the one kind of on the northwestern side of this. Come on, there we go. Severe thunderstorm warning for Pierce until 7, so this is for another 5 or so minutes. The latest on that is 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, quarter-sized hail possible. It's going to be moving through Pierce. As this storm itself, this is one of the ones, again, it's actually moving to the southeast at about 30 miles an hour. And then the severe thunderstorm warning, again, you can kind of see that at one point was a whole line of tornado warnings. But this was for central Madison, southeastern Wayne, northwestern Cumming, southeastern Pierce, northern Stanton. That goes until 7:30. The update on this was about a half an hour ago. But again, this storm has basically been stationary, but golf ball size hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible. Those are radar indicated threats at this time. And then another severe thunderstorm warning down here. This is going to be southeastern Madison, northeastern Platte, southern Stanton, 646. That thunderstorm was located 4 miles north of Creston, 18 miles south of Norfolk, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. Ping pong ball size hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, radar indicated with that activity. And also, I'm going to punch up on here because we've had several flash flood warnings issued for the area, as well as, again, a lot of this activity, some of it has remained, again, mainly stationary. So we have 2 flash flood warnings. See if I can't get those queried here. So one of them for parts of Antelope, Boone, and Madison counties until 9:15. And the second one, you can kind of see, covers the Norfolk area, Madison, Pierce counties, until 11:45 tonight. If I can get the information on that, it's northeastern Madison, southeastern Pierce counties. At 6:40, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 to 2 inches of rain have fallen, and additional rainfall amounts of another 1 to 2 inches are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. So again, small creeks, streams, urban areas, highways, streets, underpasses, as well as other poor drainage or low-lying areas could see that. That does include the city of Norfolk and a stretch just north and south of Norfolk of Highway 81. So again, if you ever get any water covering the roadways, we'd want you to avoid that water-covered roadway. Getting some reports. Stanton County Emergency Management, Highway 15 and 840th Street. Storm spotter reporting and visually seeing funnels and a couple of brief touchdowns. That's just northeast of the Pilger area. And it looks like here, as I just punched up the tornado watch again, it does look like some counties there in central Nebraska have been cleared from the tornado watch. So that is good news. So Clay, Fillmore, Hamilton, Merrick, Nance, Knuckles, Polk, Thayer, York counties have been cleared from the tornado watch. It still remains in effect until 10 o'clock for northeastern and southeastern sections of the state, as well as a couple of our northern Kansas counties. It was also cleared from several of our northern Kansas counties as well, so that is good news there. Severe thunderstorm watch down to our south also has been cleared up a little bit, still in effect for parts of eastern Kansas until 10 o'clock. And again, I just mentioned it, but some water over the roads. I'm looking at a picture here. Wayne County near Hoskins of some water over the road. Oh, my. Another report, again, looking at another picture here. This was from about 10 minutes ago from the emergency manager, Jefferson and Saline County emergency manager of the Diller, from Diller. Again, some high water there. So, again, some flooding and flash flooding issues mixed in there as well. Okay, I'm just reading another technical discussion here. As it looks like, again, this watch likely see additional watches issued east of our area for parts of Iowa and Missouri. It was be for that one. But some additional watches likely going to be issued for those areas. But the good news, again, for some of those folks down near Diller and who have seen some heavy rain, dealing with some water over the roads. If we zoom in, pause the radar. Again, Diller right along 103, Highway 103. No more rain in the immediate area, but threatening. But if you put the radar loop over again, you can see there were some heavy thunderstorms that trained over that area. So again, they're dealing with some issues. Again, nothing immediately threatening the Lincoln or Lancaster County area. In fact, Again, I think as this activity continues to push east of the area, I think our severe threat has greatly diminished for Lincoln and Lancaster County. Still, again, for far southeastern Nebraska from Plattsmouth down towards Falls City, we're still going to watch these storms pretty closely as this line is going to continue to move on through. But I do think, again, for Lincoln, Lancaster County, our threat has gone down immensely as there's been no additional activity develop, again, back to the west or southwest. And with the general movement of our thunderstorms that we've seen today to the north and east, we would need to see stuff developing kind of in this area down here that could potentially impact Lincoln or Lancaster County later this evening, and we are currently not seeing that. So that is good news with that. So again, it looks like we do have an update. This is now an observed tornado warning. Let me zoom in here again. This is going to be near the Pilger area, I believe. I just mentioned some reports of funnels and brief touchdowns in that area. So it looks like this warning is now just to the northeast of the Pilger area, so that is good news. Does not include the Pilger area. The update on this, 6:57, so this was just 4 minutes ago. Tornado warning remains in effect until 7:15 for southeastern Wayne, northwestern Cumming, and northeastern Stanton counties. At 6:57, a confirmed tornado was located 3 miles northeast of Pilger or 12 miles south of Wayne, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. Weather spotters have confirmed this tornado, so again, especially if you're in this pink box here in the Altona area there, and if you're in northwestern Cumming, southeastern Wayne, northeastern Stanton counties, you need to be in your basement in your safe place and getting away from windows and getting away from walls. If I can, let's see, punch up here our velocity scope. And yeah, that circulation right now is right here. Going to be crossing over, it looks like, I think that's Highway 15. Right just to the southwest of the Altona area. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, Altona area. But again, right along the Highway 15 area is where we would likely be seeing that tornado. And again, that has been observed by weather spotters in the area. So that's what we need to keep an eye on, at least right now. Again, that's just to the northeast of Pilger. Emergency managers have storm spotters reporting funnels and a couple of brief touchdowns, and that storm moving to the northeast at 30 miles an hour. So we're going to keep an eye on that storm. That warning goes for another 15 minutes or so. Again, still have 2 additional tornado warnings back to the south and west of that, one till 7:15 for parts of Stanton County. That's going to be just to the north of the Clarkson area. Again, that's mainly going to be over rural areas there in Stanton County, and then one back just to the west. This includes Enola, as well as Madison. Madison County, but that warning goes until 7:30. Again, on radar, that storm, I think of the 3, is presenting certainly as the strongest, and I think has the potential to see, again, some very heavy rain mixed in there, as well as the potential for some larger hail. And again, the warning with that one is indicating the potential for some, looks like the update on there. Oh, actually, no, I just went over it. Ping pong ball sized hail possible with that storm. And again, looking at the rotation here, again, it looks like it's just back to the west of the Enola area where some of that best rotation is, kind of right in here, just to the west of Highway 81, to the north of Highway 32, and again, that's moving to the north and east. So that's one we'll keep an eye on, but again, nothing being reported by storm spotters or emergency managers as to being on the ground in that area. We did just have a new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued. This is going to be for parts of, East Central Sarpy County, Central Odo, and Eastern Cass County in southeastern Nebraska, as well as parts of Fremont and Mills County in southwestern Iowa till 7:45. At 7:03, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 3 miles east of Cedar Creek to 4 miles north of Cook, moving east at 20 miles an hour. 60-mile-an-hour winds, penny-sized hail going to be possible, but locations include Nebraska City, Offutt Air Force Base, Plattsmouth, Glenwood, Syracuse, Weeping Water, Tabor, Pacific Junction, Murray, Cedar Creek, Silver City, Avoca, Union, Nahaka, Dunbar, Lorton, Beaver Lake, Thurman, Odo, and Camp Maha. So again, those are radar-indicated threats at this time, and it looks like another severe thunderstorm warning issued. We kind of expected this, but this is again for far southeastern Nebraska. This is going to be for parts of eastern Johnson, Nemaha, southeastern Odo, Richardson, and eastern Pawnee County in southeastern Nebraska. until 7:45. At 7:04, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 2 miles west of Cook to 2 miles north of Dubois, moving east at 45 miles an hour. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts are going to be our primary threat, to go along with penny-sized hail, locally heavy rain. Locations impacted include Falls City, Auburn, Tecumseh, Humboldt, Peru, Johnson, Cook, Table Rock, Talmadge, Verdon, Stella, Schubert, Nemaha, Dubois, Dawson, Brownville, Salem, Brock, Elk Creek, and Julian. So again, those are the 2 new severe thunderstorm warnings that we've had issued, again, for southeastern parts of the state. Again, covering this line that we've seen develop. This is, again, from up just near Plattsmouth down to near Pawnee City. And again, this line is pushing to the east and to the northeast at about 30 to 40 miles an hour. So, again, to kind of reset here, we still have the tornado watch that's in place for the eastern sections of the state. Still includes Lincoln and Lancaster County, though I do think the severe threat for Lincoln and Lancaster County has diminished, as we've already seen kind of our round of storms move through. So that is good news, but it does remain in effect from the northeastern sections of the state down into southeastern Nebraska, parts of northeastern Kansas, till 10 o'clock tonight. I imagine what we will see is some of these counties continue to be shaved off as we head through the rest of this evening. It looks like we just had another tornado warning that was issued. And this is going to be up here in the northeast, getting, let's see. So there's the observed tornado warning till 7:15. Again, storm spotters were reporting a observed tornado just to the northeast of the Pilger area. But it looks like a new tornado warning issued out ahead of that storm. This is going to be for southeastern Wayne, northwestern Cumming, and northwestern Thurston counties until 7:30. At 7:05, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 7 miles south of Wayne, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. Storm has a history of producing tornadoes, with several spin-up tornadoes reported by a trained spotter approximately 5 miles northeast of Pilger. Quarter-sized hail will also be possible. Dangerous storm will be near Wakefield at around 7:15. Heading out? That's good. County is clear. I thought our threat was going down, but it's good that you're leaving. All right. Have a good one. All right. So, yeah, again, there's the new tornado warning there in the northeastern part of the county. And getting a report now with that storm, again, of a tornado on the ground. That would be, again, to the northeast of the Pilger area with these new warnings that we've had issued. So let's see. We can get our velocity scope on here. Yeah, okay. So this is where this tornado would be. Is right in here. So let's keep zooming in here. So this is just going to be, it looks like, to the east of the Altona area. And again, it looks like this is mainly going to be over rural areas in this area. It looks like okay, getting some more information here. All right. We're getting another report. This is going to be on a storm, confirmed tornado 4 to 5 miles north of Clarkson in southern Stanton County. So this is going to be just a couple miles north of Clarkson, which we're zoomed in on here. It looks like this might be just along and to the south of Highway 32 and just to the east of Highway 57 in Stanton County. If I punch our velocity scope in there. And yeah, again, it's maybe a little bit broad, but right in here, a couple miles to the north of Clarkson, confirmed tornado via social media, 4 to 5 miles north of Clarkson in southern Stanton County. So again, folks in that warned area, which again, it's mainly over rural areas, again, want to be in their basement, in their tornado shelter. Basement is obviously best, but don't have a basement. Interior room, away from walls, away from exterior walls, away from windows as well. So it looks like maybe, Waiting for some updates to pop up here on some of these warnings. There's a new warning that's just issued. That's what I was waiting for. This is a new tornado warning that was just issued for that confirmed tornado just to the north of Clarkson. So this is a tornado warning that is going to be for west central Cumming County and southeastern Stanton County in northeast Nebraska until 7:45. At 7:09, a confirmed tornado was located 6 miles north of Clarkson or 21 miles west of West Point, moving northeast at 25 miles an hour. Damaging tornado and quarter-sized hail are possible with this storm. Public confirmed a tornado at 7:07. Storm chaser reported a tornado 5 miles north of Clarkson. Tornadic thunderstorm will remain mainly over rural areas of west central Cumming and southeastern Stanton counties, but will include the Highway 15 and 32 junction. So again, mainly over rural areas, but it does sound like we have a confirmed tornado on the ground with this storm in west central Cumming and southeastern Stanton counties. Again, if I put our velocity scope back on here, nope, that didn't do it. But yeah, it looks like that tornado would be, which again right now is confirmed on the ground, right in here. So again, that's just going to be to the southwest of the Highway 32 and Highway 15 junction. Again, mainly over rural areas, but we do have a confirmed tornado that's currently on the ground in those areas. So again, folks in that tornado warned area, again, mainly over rural areas, but folks in that tornado warned area, there is a confirmed tornado with that storm, and you need to be moving to your tornado shelter. And let's see. Okay, that's the warning we just read. Okay. All right. Lot of rotation, a lot of moving parts with this cluster of storms right now across the northeastern parts of the county. Again, you put this radar into motion, and you can see the storm near Pierce, which no longer has a severe thunderstorm warning on it. It's moving to the south and east. Storms stretching from near Madison to near Norfolk back up towards Wayne are basically stationary. And then you now have the storm just to the west of West Point that's basically lifting to the north and east. So some really erratic storm motions currently ongoing with some of these storms. But right now we do have a confirmed tornado with that storm for parts of west central Cumming and southeastern Stanton counties. So that is the one we want to watch out for. And it looks like we just had also another flash flood warning that was issued. Let me get those punched up here. Oh boy, okay, a lot going on. Okay, so this new flash flood warning is going to be for northeastern Madison, southeastern Pierce, northwestern Stanton, and southern Wayne counties until 11:45. At 7:12, local law enforcement reported thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Up to 2 inches of rain have fallen, and additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. So this is reported from law enforcement. Some locations that this could impact, again, include Norfolk, Wayne, Winside, Hoskins, and the Lake Mascanthine Recreation Area. So again, but we have multiple flash flood warnings that are currently in place, again, with this cluster of storms, again, basically stretching from just to the north of Newman Grove, southwest of Battle Creek, through the Norfolk area, now up into Winside, just north of Stanton. So again, a lot of heavy thunderstorm activity been ongoing in these areas. I am losing my mic. There we go. So yeah, a lot of heavy rain with, again, this cluster of storms that basically hasn't gone anywhere anytime soon. But again, the heavy rain is one of the secondary threats right now. We do still have that tornado warned storm that is currently in place with the observed tornado for parts of Cumming and Stanton counties as well, and a couple other tornado warnings just back to the west as well as back to the north of that storm that are radar indicated at this time. So a lot going on there in the northeastern parts of the counties, a lot of rain falling, and again, a lot of twisting and turning in the atmosphere, producing, again, multiple tornado warnings in those areas. Back here, again, back across the southeastern corner of the state, again, nothing threatening Lincoln or Lancaster County. I think our severe weather threat is basically wrapped up, which, again, is good news. Again, I know Pinewood Bowl is hosting REO Speedwagon tonight. I think they should be able to get their show in. Again, barring anything that could pop up later tonight. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case, though. But we do have one severe thunderstorm warning. It includes areas like Auburn, Falls City, Peru, Tecumseh till 7:45, so for another half hour. 60-mile-an-hour winds, penny-sized hail possible with that storm to go along with some locally heavy rain. Another severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Cass and Odo counties till 7:45. And again, penny-sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds possible with that storm as well. Again, it's pushing off to the east and to the northeast at around 30 miles an hour. So those storms, again, continue to push through the southeastern corner of the state. And again, we'll eventually be pushing over the border and kind of out of our coverage area here, likely as we head over the course of the next hour or so. Back down to the south, again, the southern edge of this line down into northeastern parts of Kansas. Do still have a warning there for the parts of Brown, Jackson, Nemaha, Pottawatomie counties there in northeastern Kansas. That cluster, again, as it continues to push to the east and northeast, could impact maybe parts of Richardson counties. We'll keep an eye on that. Again, some additional activity beginning to pop up down here across parts of northern Kansas, down near Concordia. Again, hasn't been on the radar long, but it kind of looks like it has more of a straight easterly movement, but we'll keep an eye on those storms. There is the potential as this main line moves through. Again, the severe weather threat will diminish greatly, I think, as this main line moves through, but there is the potential for some additional showers and thunderstorms to develop as we head through the course of this evening. Don't think the potential severe weather with those additional storms would be nearly as great as with this initial line of storms that we've had move on through, but there is still that potential. Again, and certainly by far and away, the biggest impact with storms tonight continues to be across the northeastern corner of the state, where storms, again, have not moved a whole lot or nearly stationary, again, across parts of northeastern Nebraska. Again, multiple flash flood warnings in those places and multiple tornado warnings that are currently in those areas as well. So, all right. Again, to kind of go back here, check in. This is our tornado watch that we have until 10 o'clock tonight. Again, northeastern Nebraska down into the southeastern corner of the state. Again, areas like Gage, Jefferson, Saline, Seward counties, even Lancaster. Our threat has greatly diminished. That is good news. Wouldn't be surprised, again, the tornado watch goes till 10 o'clock tonight, so for another 2 hours and change. But certainly wouldn't be surprised if maybe we were dropped from that watch just a little bit early. I fully anticipate with everything that we've had going on in the northeastern corner of the state, that watch will likely continue through the duration, through 10 o'clock tonight. But certainly wouldn't be surprised if Lincoln and southeastern Nebraska had that watch dropped just a little bit early. With that main line of storms beginning to kind of surge east, which again is going to basically give you the primary threat of some damaging winds, some locally heavy rain mixed in there as well. But again, there's that main line in the southeastern corner of the state, nothing threatening Lincoln or Lancaster County, and that threat for Gage County has diminished quite a bit as well. Again, Gage County, Diller area, saw quite a bit of rain, had some water over the roads in those areas. But again, right now, all the focus is kind of across these storms in the northeastern corner of the state. And again, it's kind of a mess. You have multiple tornado warnings, you have a severe thunderstorm warning, and you also have multiple flash flood warnings that are currently in place across the northeastern part of the state with this cluster of storms that, again, really hasn't done anything and isn't going anywhere. But we're going to zoom in here. We're going to take a look at, again, this confirmed tornado that storm spotters had confirmed to be on the ground. It was north of the Clarkson area. It was just to the southwest of the Highway 32 and kind of 15 junction. See if I can get my velocity scope on here, and it doesn't want to do it. Okay, so we're just going to switch this over to our velocity. We're going to change this color table. All right, so this is also some good news. You know, when this initially was confirmed, and again was to the southwest of this Highway 15 and 32 junction, there was a pretty well-defined couplet with this storm where we could really kind of see where that tornado could potentially be. This couplet, what we have now, much more disorganized, so kind of hard to pick out where that potential tornado could be. So that is good news. That means that storm may be either kind of reorganizing or recycling, but with all the twisting and turning of the winds, especially in the northeastern corner of the state, this is still a storm we certainly want to watch carefully. But again, that tornado warning was mainly for rural areas, and it looks like we just had an update on that warning, so that is good news. Let me read that warning because it also went from a confirmed tornado to a radar-indicated tornado as well. So again, still remains in effect till 7:45 for central Cumming and east central Stanton counties. At 7:20, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 8 miles north of Howells, or 15 miles west of West Point, moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. Tornado and quarter-sized hail are still possible. Storm has a history of producing tornadoes. Remain mainly over rural areas of west central Cumming and east central Stanton counties. But again, folks in Wisner and Beamer, folks just north of West Point, kind of along Highway 275. You want to keep an eye on this storm. Again, it has a history of producing some tornadoes, so certainly keep an eye on it. Go ahead and flip the radar back here to our reflectivity. But again, you can still see the presentation on the radar. There's still some pockets within this cluster that are likely producing against some areas of very heavy rain, and also the potential for some larger hail. Oh, and actually it looks like here we have, this must be a new warning that just came across. And again, this is for an observed tornado. Again, you'll see that box is pink. Again, the pink boxes indicate observed tornadoes. The red boxes indicate radar-indicated tornadoes. I'm going to pause this radar. So this is a new warning that was just issued for southeastern Wayne, north central Cumming, and central Thurston counties until 8 o'clock. At 7:22, a confirmed tornado was located 3 miles west of Pender, or 14 miles southeast of Wayne, moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. This is a tornado that was confirmed by law enforcement. This storm will be near Pender and Thurston at around 7:25, so in about 3 minutes. So again, folks in Pender, folks in southeastern Wayne, north central Cumming, central Thurston County, in this warned area, need to be seeking shelter in your safe place. Basement, if you have it. If you don't have a basement, interior room, hallway closet, hallway bathroom, something like that to shelter from this storm. But this is a tornado that was confirmed by law enforcement just to the west of the Pender area. And again, looking at the velocities, that tornado looks like it would be right about in there, kind of along what I would believe to be, I think that's Highway 94 maybe, there just to the west of Pender, but that's where that potential tornado I think would be. But again, this is observed by law enforcement. Just to the west of the Pender area. So again, if you're in that area, tornadoes on the ground, you need to move to a basement or interior room on the lowest level of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you're outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from that confirmed tornado. But again, right now, that's a confirmed tornado just to the west of the Pender area. So again, folks in Pender, and again, in this warning, in Cumming, Thurston, and Wayne counties need to be taking shelter. Also includes areas like Thayer, Walt Hill, and Winnebago. That's a little bit downstream. But again, all you folks in this warned area need to be taking shelter from the storm. Basically, we're looking at along and just to the north of Highway 94, also to the west of Highway 75, in Cumming, Thurston, and Wayne counties. Again, Pender, Thayer, Walt Hill, and Winnebago. That tornado warning goes until 8 o'clock, an observed tornado warning in those areas. So again, there's just a whole heck of a lot going on right now in the northeastern corner of the state. Multiple confirmed tornadoes now over the course of the last hour or so. And it looks like they just issued now a new severe thunderstorm warning. Let's see if I can't get that on here so we can see that new severe thunderstorm warning. So that's severe thunderstorm warning. Oh, it's so hard to see all the lines in here. Let's see if I can't get this to... Okay, so this severe thunderstorm warning is for southeastern Wayne, northwestern Cummings, northeastern Stanton until 8 p.m. Again, you can see it's kind of this warning outlined with this white color here, kind of hard to see. But at 7:24, severe thunderstorm was located over Pilger, 16 miles south of Wayne, moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. Quarter-sized hail and 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts are going to be possible. Locations impacted include Stanton, Wisner, Pilger, and the Lake Mascanthine Recreation Area with that severe thunderstorm warning. So that's a new severe thunderstorm warning in those areas. Oh, gosh. Okay, it looks like another tornado warning that was just issued. This is going to be... Not that one. This one. Okay, so this is a new tornado warning for southeastern Madison and west central Stanton counties until 8 p.m. at 7:24. Severe thunderstorm located, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 4 miles northeast of Madison, or 11 miles south of Norfolk, moving east at 35 miles an hour. Tornado and ping-pong ball-sized hail are the radar-indicated threats, with the storm expected to remain mainly over rural areas of southeastern Madison and west central Stanton counties. But that is the new tornado warning, again, until 8 o'clock for southeastern Madison, west central Stanton counties. And again, that is for radar-indicated rotation with that thunderstorm. But again, we do still have the tornado warning for a confirmed tornado according to law enforcement through 8 o'clock. That tornado, as just a couple minutes ago, was just to the west of Pender. But again, it's moving to the north and east. So again, going to be getting potentially close to the Pender area now. So again, folks in that warned area, folks in Pender, want to be taking shelter from that storm. If we look at the radar and we zoom in, again, looking at the scope now, it would be kind of right along this area right in here where we could see that potential tornado. Right now, just to the west of Pender, it's kind of right along Highway 16, and looks like just to the west of Highway 9 up there. But again, as of just a few minutes ago, that was a confirmed tornado from law enforcement in those areas. So that's, again, a storm we're going to continue to keep an eye on. Folks in Pender, folks in Thurston need to be sheltering in your safe place from this tornado. As that storm continues to push to the north and east, or to the east, at about 35 miles an hour. So again, right now, all the activity, most of the severe activity, the tornadic activity, remains centered across the northeastern sections of the state, from Madison to Norfolk, again, over to Pender, and just to the south. But again, multiple tornado warnings continue to be in place there. Still have a line of strong to, I'll call them marginally severe thunderstorms that are pushing across the southeastern corner of the state. Again, folks in Falls City about to see that line of storms push through. Folks in Auburn likely seeing that line of storms push through now. Nebraska City, same deal. Both of these severe thunderstorm warnings go for another 15 minutes till 7:45, and both of these warnings are primarily for damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. Could also see some penny-sized hail mixed in there as well, to go along with areas of locally heavy rain. So that is what we have in the southeastern corner of the state. Again, nothing threatening Lincoln or Lancaster County at this time, and it looks like we just had a new warning that was issued out ahead of one of these. This is going to be, let me get the information on this. This is going to be So eastern Cass, northeastern Odo counties in Nebraska, and then a handful of counties over the border into parts of western Iowa until 8:15. Does not include, looks like the Omaha metro, so that's good. But at 7:29, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 4 miles northwest of Glenwood to 4 miles south of Nebraska City, moving east at 25 miles an hour. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts are going to be possible to go along with some penny-sized hail. Locations impacted include southern Council Bluffs, Nebraska City, Plattsmouth, Glenwood, Shenandoah, Hamburg, Malvern, Sidney, Tabor, Trainer, Carson, a handful of counties there, and locations into parts of western Iowa. But that's the latest severe thunderstorm warning for that line as it begins to kind of push out of at least our coverage area into parts of southwestern Iowa. Could likely see an additional warning issued for extreme southeastern Nebraska for the southern edge of that line as it continues to bow out to the east. Okay, all right, back to our northeastern counties here because it looks like we had an update on one of these tornado warnings. It looks like we have another confirmed tornado that is on the ground. My computer's kind of freaking out here. Give me a second. Okay, so this is going to be... this is a storm that had a observed tornado, and looks like maybe at one point it had lifted. But now the update at 7:30, confirmed tornado was located 6 miles south of Wisner, or 12 miles west of West Point, moving to the northeast at 30 miles an hour. Damaging tornado and quarter-sized hail are possible. Public confirmed this tornado approximately 10 miles southwest of Beamer. It's going to be mainly over rural areas of west central Cumming and east central Stanton County. But again, folks in Wisner and Beamer and along that Highway 275 area want to keep a close eye on this storm. But now we do have, according to the public, a confirmed tornado approximately 10 miles southwest of Beamer. And we can kind of see on here this little hook right here with this storm, or this appendage. And that's likely, if we put on our velocity scope, where we will see the rotation with some of this. And yes, that is exactly what we see. It's a little messy, but again, we see there are kind of multiple areas right in here where I'm thinking that tornado likely is. Again, just to the 10 miles, a couple miles southwest of Beamer, and it's moving to the north and east. So again, another observed tornado warning with that storm there. And good news here, looks like we had an update on this tornado warning for parts of Thurston County. They've trimmed it up a little bit and now just includes Thurston County and no longer a confirmed tornado on the ground, but now we have a radar indicated rotation that has prompted this tornado warning. So the update on here, tornado warning remains in effect until 8 p.m. for central Thurston County. At 7:32, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Thurston, or 16 miles east of Wayne, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. Storm has a history of producing tornadoes, though. Again, that storm is basically over the Thurston and, again, the Pender areas right now. So, again, if you're in this warned area in Thurston or in Pender, again, you want to be in your safe place, sheltering from that tornado warning. Again, radar indicated as of now. And again, no clear indications when looking at the velocity signature of where that tornado could be. But again, we do see a lot of areas here, probably right in here, where those reds are meeting those greens, where that tornado could potentially develop at any time. So that's storm we'll continue to keep an eye on. Again, still have that confirmed tornado just to the southwest, the Beamer area. That tornado warning goes until 7:45 for another 10 or so minutes, and still have a radar indicated warning for a tornado for parts of Madison and Stanton counties. That runs until 8 o'clock. Saturday evening. So... Oh, and it looks like another severe thunderstorm warning was issued. Lots of warning. Oh, and another flash flood warning issued there. But I mentioned it, but it looks like another severe. So this severe thunderstorm warning covers the extreme southeastern parts of Nebraska. again, we're butting up, and there you just saw a new warning pop on, but we're butting up against another weather office out of the state. So that's why that warning goes right along the Nebraska-Missouri border. So this is central Nemaha, southeastern Odo, and central Richardson counties until 8:15. At 7:33, severe thunderstorms are located along a line extending from 3 miles south of Nebraska City to 3 miles south of Falls City, moving east at 45 miles an hour. Again, this warning is primarily for the potential for some damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. Could also see some penny-sized hail in there. Locations impacted include Nebraska City, Falls City, Auburn, Peru, Rulo, Verdon, Stella, Schubert, Nemaha, Brownville, Salem, Julian, and again some recreation areas there in extreme southeastern parts of the state. But that's a new severe thunderstorm warning for those areas. I just mentioned it, but we had a new flash flood warning that was issued. Let me get that punched up here. Gotta turn off my tornado and severe thunderstorm ones so we can see. There's that new flash flood warning. And this is going to be until 12:30 a.m. Tonight. 7:35, Doppler indicated radar thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. 1 to 3 inches of rain have fallen, and additional rainfall amounts up to 2 inches are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. This is radar indicated, but it does include areas like Madison, Stanton, Pilger, and the Lake Mascentine recreation area. Again, we always use that phrase, turn around, don't drown. But if you come across flooded roadways in that area, we want you to, again, find a different way to get wherever you're going. Again, then multiple other flash flood warnings just to the north of that additional warning that run through late tonight as, again, a lot of rain has fallen in those areas. And it looks like another tornado warning issued. Let's punch that one up here. This is going to be, again, an extension, new warning that's going to cover the confirmed tornado that we have. So again, that confirmed tornado warning goes until 7:45. This additional tornado warning is going to be central Cumming County in northeastern Nebraska. At 7:36, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located 4 miles southwest of Beamer, 10 miles northwest of West Point, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. Again, radar indicated rotation, but this storm does have a history of producing tornadoes. This dangerous storm is going to be around the Beamer area in just the next few minutes. So again, if you're in the Beamer area, according to our latest reports, and it looks like actually they just updated that warning to a radar indicated, so we potentially lost sight of that tornado, but it is now a radar indicated warning for Cumming County till 7:45, with the additional warning for Cumming County until 8:15. So again, a lot of tornado warnings, a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings, a lot of flash flood warnings there in the northeastern part of the state. If I put this radar into loop mode, again, and some really just erratic storm motions with these storms up in the northeast as well. You had some storms moving to the south and east, some storms that were basically stationary, as well as some storms that were basically moving to the north and east. So again, a lot going on. I think I might have missed it because it doesn't come from the Omaha office, but it looks like there was another warning issued. This comes from the office out of Sioux Falls, but a tornado warning that was issued for Dakota and Dixon counties till 8 o'clock. Again, radar indicated rotation with that thunderstorm for parts of Dakota and Dixon counties there in the northeast. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tornado warnings currently in place. You have 4 flash flood warnings. And you also have a severe thunderstorm warning mixed in there just for good measure as well. So there's, again, a lot going on in the northeastern corner of the state. Again, the storm, though, in Cumming County, the one that's just had this new warning issued, this one that's basically just along, I'm going to pause the radar here, just along into the south of kind of Highway 51, just to the west of Highway 9, I think is the most threatening in the short term for the potential for additional tornadoes to develop with this. Again, you have a pretty clean hook or appendage with that storm, and and a clean inflow. There's no storms out ahead of it that are going to kind of take its energy. But so this is, I think, the storm that we're going to watch the closest within this cluster. I want to go back and I want to show the tornado watch because we did have some counties, I believe, that were dropped from that watch. I want to punch that up here. Yeah, it looks like... let me see if I can find this. And actually hearing some thunder right now in Lincoln. I want to punch the radar back up in Lincoln. I have been saying nothing immediately threatening the Lincoln or Lancaster County area, but if we potentially... but it looks like we did see a couple counties from Jefferson, Saline, up towards York County that were cleared from the watch. Again, on the radar here, nothing really popping up in Lincoln. I'm going to punch up my radar scope. Might just be some additional... Yeah, it looks just like there's nothing really on the radar popping up in and around Lincoln, but there is some lightning being reported. So this is interesting. I want to punch this up. So this is our radar scope product. I'm going to pause the radar. So you can see that main line of storms is off to our east, but you can see there's some lightning strikes here, kind of right in Lincoln. And, a lot of times I go to these school visits and I talk to these kids, and we talk about lightning a lot, and we always say that lightning is the first hazard to arrive and the last to leave, because lightning can strike up to 15 miles away from its parent thunderstorm. So this is a kind of a good indication of that. While the actual main storm itself is off to the east of the Lincoln area, and there's not even necessarily raining right now in Lincoln, but we do still have some lightning kind of over the Lincoln area. So that's again kind of interesting. But again, if you can hear the thunder, that means you're close enough to be struck by the lightning. So while the storm threat may be kind of done with, as those storms continue to push east of the area, there's still the potential for some lightning, and that's what we've seen. A few lightning strikes here in and around Lincoln over the past few minutes. Again, some rumbles of thunder here in Lincoln, but again, nothing popping up right now on the radar over Lincoln or really over Lancaster County, but still seeing some of those lightning strikes. So again, kind of the little interesting tidbit there. But again, that's lightning, first hazard to arrive and the last to leave, and still seeing that threat for some lightning in Lincoln. So keep an eye on that. All right, back to our radar here. Minimize that. So again, cluster of storms continues to push eastward. In southeastern Nebraska, those, again, kind of on the limits of being severe. Some 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with those storms, as well as some small hail, locally heavy rain. Again, everything, much of the concern, again, continues to be with this cluster of storms in the Northeast, as we have multiple tornado warnings, 4 tornado warnings that are currently on the board. Thankfully, right now, again, we have had a history of these storms producing tornadoes, but right now, they're all radar indicated at this time. And it does look like we just had a new severe thunderstorm warning issued for these areas. Let me punch that up. Pause the radar here. But a new severe thunderstorm warning. You can see that kind of highlighted. This is for east central Madison, southwestern Cumming, and southern Stanton counties until 8:30. At 7:42, severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles southwest of Stanton, 14 miles southeast of Norfolk, and moving east at 25 miles an hour. Main threats will be 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, as well as some penny-sized hail. Locations impacted: Highway 15 and 32 junction, and the Highway 57 and 32 junction. Looks like, again, mainly kind of over rural areas, but we'll keep an eye on that severe thunderstorm. Quarter-sized hail possible. Let's see. Again, folks in Cumming County, again, need to be wary of this storm here.
Looks like we just had one of our tornado warnings kind of drop off. It's still covered by this tornado warning right here, which again right now continues to be for radar indicated rotation. But again, folks in Beamer, you need to be sheltering in your safe place right now, as the storm has a history of producing tornadoes. And again, of all the storms on the board right now, this would be the one that I would be most concerned with at this point. But again, this storm was just to this, moving towards the Beamer area and getting ready to begin push into the Beamer area right along Highway 275 in Cumming County. If we punch the velocity back up here, again, still it's kind of messy, but we still have some areas right over the Beamer area indicative of what we could call, again, some rotation and something that we'll continue to watch. There are some reports, again, coming in from emergency managers in Cumming County of rotation just to the southeast of Beamer, 2 miles. So getting in and around the Beamer area, and central Cumming County, right along that Highway 275 corridor, kind of near Beamer. Those are the areas that we're going to kind of continue to watch closely. Just to the north, also still have that tornado warning for parts of Thurston County. That includes Pender, Thurston, Walt Hill, and Winnebago. That storm, again, continues to have radar-indicated rotation. That prompted that warning. That warning goes until 8 o'clock, so for another 14 minutes. And then parts of Dakota and Dixon County, including Emerson and Hubbard, that warning also goes until 8 o'clock. Penny-sized hail, and then that radar-indicated rotation along with that storm as well. So we're going to, again, continue to watch all 3 of those tornado warnings. Again, we still have the flash flood warnings in these areas as well. As again, numerous warnings in the area. Got to put those flash flood warnings back on. There we go. So again, those areas in blue are those flash flood warnings in and around Norfolk, Madison, up towards Pilger, Wayne. Again, a lot of rain has fallen with these storms as they've not been in a hurry to kind of move and get out of the area. I've mentioned it several times, but some really erratic storm motions with some of these storms tonight. Again, storms in the southeastern corner of the state. That can't be real, can it? That is the tiniest sliver of a warning I think I have ever seen. Oh my goodness. That is a small warning area. But again, those storms continue to push through extreme eastern and southeastern Nebraska, from Nebraska City down towards Fall City. Again, looks like folks in Fall City are about to see that line move through here in just the next few minutes. Again, damaging winds, 60 miles an hour, penny-sized hail possible. But those storms continue to quickly push east, and again, getting ready to kind of push over the border and kind of out of our coverage area. So we'll keep an eye on those. But again, nothing threatening. Right now, Lincoln or Lancaster County. We did have some lightning strikes recently in just the last few minutes, kind of over the Lincoln area. So that's something we'll watch out for. Again, lightning can strike up to 15 miles away from its parent thunderstorm. So again, while the storms themselves, again, well east of the area, we were still seeing some lightning strikes in and around Lincoln. Let's see. So this is a technical discussion put out by the Storm Prediction Center for our watch area. Let's see. This says tornado threat will continue through dusk, along with some potential for locally damaging wind and hail. Supercell cluster has evolved across northeast Nebraska this evening, with multiple reports of confirmed tornadoes over the last 1 to 2 hours. The immediate downstream environment remains favorable for tornadic supercells, with plenty of mid-level cape, back surface winds, and rather strong low-level shear. Storm relative helicity still noted. Any persistent supercells will continue to pose a tornado threat through dusk within this environment, along with some isolated hail potential. With time, there is the potential for a small Boeing segment to evolve out of the ongoing cluster, which could result in a somewhat greater threat for damaging wind as convection spreads into northwest Iowa, in addition to some continued tornado potential. So again, environment, especially in the northeast, still remains favorable for some continued tornadic activity with that cluster of storms, which is not something that we were really hoping to hear, but obviously something we're going to continue to watch. But again, here's the latest tornado watch. Again, Lincoln and Lancaster County, our severe weather threat has basically gone by the wayside for the evening. We are still included in the watch until 10 o'clock tonight. We will likely see that watch dropped for us, though. I would imagine a little bit early, and certainly wouldn't be surprised as this cluster of storms again pushes over the border into parts of western Iowa, western Missouri, to see much of southeastern Nebraska cleared from this watch a little bit early. But certainly I think the threat for Lincoln and Lancaster County has basically gone by the wayside at this point. Still, again, like we just read, the tornado potential and the tornadic potential with storms in the Northeast remains on the high side. So those are the storms that we're going to continue to watch as we head through the rest of this evening. So it looks like as of now we still have just 2 tornado warnings in the northeastern corner of the state. One of them, again, for Cumming County. This is the storm that's been, again, moving through the Beamer area. Folks in Bancroft downstream will want to watch this one. It looks like we just had a new severe thunderstorm warning that was issued. So let's put that on your screen here. So that severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Thurston County as well as Monona County into parts of western Iowa. Just another lightning strike here in Lincoln. I just saw that flash of lightning outside the window here. Severe thunderstorm warning for Thurston County until 8:30. Severe thunderstorm is located along a line extending from 4 miles southwest of Homer to 2 miles northwest of Walt Hill to 3 miles north of Bancroft, moving east at 25, 60-mile-an-hour winds, penny-sized hail. Good rumbles of thunder right now here in Lincoln. Again, want to tell everyone, don't think that there is a necessarily threat for severe weather right now in Lincoln, but we are still dealing with some lightning strikes in and around Lancaster County. So that is currently the threat in and around Lancaster County. You can see most of the thunderstorm activity well east of the area. Nothing redeveloping necessarily over Lincoln. There's maybe some rain popping up there. I mean, maybe some light rain on the radar kind of in central Lancaster. Certainly, I wouldn't call that severe, but we do have some lightning in central Lancaster County. So that is something we will continue to watch for. Again, I've mentioned it a couple times already. But lightning, again, first hazard to arrive, last to leave, can strike up to 10 to 15 miles away from its parent thunderstorm. And again, we can see most of the thunderstorms are well off to our east. So might be something trying to develop kind of over Lincoln and Lancaster County. Not seeing much on the radar. Almost just looks like ground clutter. But again, we are, again, seeing the lightning and hearing the thunder here in Lincoln. So we'll continue to monitor that. And then obviously continue to monitor these severe thunderstorms in the Northeast. I want to punch the velocity back up on this storm in Cumming County. And again, there's some broad rotation. Looks semi-organized. Again, kind of along into the west of Highway 9, kind of now pushing over Highway 275, I believe, with that tornado warning. Nothing right now, though, looks terrible with that storm. But again, still want to take it seriously and want to query and let you know about this new flash flood warning that just got issued for that area as well. Let's see if we can zoom in and get this. Okay, so there's that flash flood warning. So this is going to be northern Cumming, southeastern Madison, central Stanton, west central Thurston, southeastern Wayne counties until 1 a.m. At 7:53. 7:53, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 to 2 inches of rain have fallen. Expected rainfall rate of 1 to 2 inches per hour. Expected to continue. Additional rainfall amounts up to 2 inches are possible in the warned area. So again, that's radar indicated flash flooding from thunderstorms already some, again, very heavy rain in the area, and some additional heavy rain still could cause some issues in that area across parts of Cumming, Madison, Stanton, and Thurston County. So, again, multiple flash flood warnings in place up there in the Northeast to go along with a couple tornado warnings and, again, a couple severe thunderstorm warnings as well. So, again, it's been across the northeastern corner of the state that we've seen most of the activity tonight. It looks like there is currently only one no, I lied to you. There is still one tornado warning that is on the board for parts of Dakota and Dixon counties. But just that one tornado warning for parts of Cumming County. Looks like now golf ball sized hail possible with that storm as it continues to push to the east and to the northeast. It looks like the latest update on that was about 10 minutes ago. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Beamer, 8 miles northwest of West Point, moving northeast at 40 miles an hour. Tornado and golf ball sized hail will be possible. So folks in Bancroft, folks in Beamer are seeing that storm now. Folks in Bancroft will likely be seeing that storm next. Here over the next 15 to 20 minutes or so. Storms are starting to pick up a little bit of motion now. Again, a lot of these were really stationary. And again, you can still see if you put the radar into loop over the course of the last hour. The storm in Cumming County is starting to kind of push to the east now, but still have some nearly stationary, very slow-moving activity back towards Norfolk into parts of Madison County. So that's why we have the multiple flash flood warnings that are currently in place across those areas as well. Okay, what I want to do now is show you the new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued. Okay, let's see. Turn off my tornado warning. So this is going to be severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be northwestern Burt, eastern Cumming, southeastern Thurston counties until 8:45. At 7:55, severe thunderstorms are located along a line extending from 5 miles east of Pender to 6 miles west of West Point, moving east at 25. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail are going to be possible. Locations include West Point, Oakland, Lyons, Beamer, Bancroft, Rosalie, Highway 9 and 51 Junction, and the Omaha Reservation. And there's another new severe thunderstorm warning, but that is for counties in western Iowa. Again, some reports of activity, or at least some strong winds there in the Beamer area. Again, folks in that tornado-warned area, again in the Beamer area, eventually towards the Bancroft area, need to be sheltering in place. I'm going to pause that radar because I want to see the velocity on this. Again, still rather unorganized. There's some spots there, maybe just to the east now of Beamer, or there's maybe a little bit of rotation, but again, nothing on here that I'm seeing. Looks too terrible. Looks like maybe transitioning to more of a wind threat. Again, just read the technical discussion, but again, still a tornadic threat, but the storm itself, again, looks like maybe more of a wind threat now. Again, looks like there was an update to this at 7:57. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 4 miles northeast of Beamer, 8 miles north of West Point, moving northeast at 25 miles an hour. Again, tornado and quarter-sized hail are the radar-indicated threats with that storm as of right now. So, and then you see the whole big cluster of flash flood warnings that are still ongoing as well. I'm going to... Okay. All right. Yep. So we still have, again, some of the radar indicated stuff. Storm in Stanton County. Again, looking at some of the radars, the wind velocities here. That area I just circled there. Potentially some high winds with that area. Again, moving to the east, that's going to be pushing across just to the north of Clarkson over the Highway 15 corridor here in the next few minutes, but could see some strong winds there with that little cluster as it moves through in that severe thunderstorm warning. That severe thunderstorm warning is here. Parts of Cumming and Stanton County, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts going to be possible with that storm. Let's see. This is Murdoch, Nebraska, reporting about 1.25 inches of rainfall in Murdoch, Nebraska. Okay. All right. So, going back, we're going to punch up our tornado watch. Again, continue to see some counties trimmed out of this. Tornado watch. I just want to change something real quick here, make sure I didn't miss any updates. Nope, haven't missed any updates. Lincoln and Lancaster County still technically included in that watch, but we will likely see that dropped from the watch, as well as much of southeastern Nebraska here. I think early, the watch, again, technically runs until 10 o'clock tonight, because right now in Lincoln, again, we've heard some thunder, we've seen some lightning, but this is the current view from Lincoln Skyview. Again, you can see, doesn't look like a bad night out there. Mostly clear skies now. Looks like kind of in the Lincoln area. So that's the current view from Lincoln Skyview. This is the statewide satellite and radar picture. Again, most of the state dealing with a pretty quiet Saturday night. Not a bad night. Again, Father's Day weekend. Grand Island, Hastings really hasn't seen any activity. Again, Lincoln and parts of southeastern Nebraska have been dealing with some activity. Most of it, though, has been across the northeastern corner of the state. Though, looking here at the satellite radar picture, we are seeing some additional activity now begin to bubble up and percolate near Concordia in parts of northeastern Kansas. We had noted that when we were looking at the radar earlier, but that's continued to develop. We're going to keep an eye on that, as again the storm motion tonight is kind of to the east and to the northeast. So that is some activity that eventually down the line, a couple hours from now, could impact parts of southeastern Nebraska. None of it right now is severe, but we're going to keep a close eye on it as we head over the next few hours. So, but yeah. Another severe thunderstorm warning there issued, but that's for southwestern Iowa. You saw that just pop up on your screen there on the map. But yeah, so again, some activity down there in northern Kansas we're going to keep an eye on. The line of stronger storms in southeast Nebraska is all but pushed over the border. There's some folks down near Falls City, Richardson County that still have that activity that's going to be pushing through. And again, that cluster of storms up in the northeast continues to be one that we watch as well. So we're going to continue to watch all this closely here as we head through the rest of this evening. For now, I'm just going to leave the radar punched up. I'm going to step away for a few minutes. I need to take a little bit of a break here. But we'll come back here in a couple minutes and we'll jump back on, and hopefully soon here we can kind of wrap this stream up and let people kind of go back to their Saturday evening. Again, pretty bumpy for some folks, especially up in northeast Nebraska. Some of us in the southeast, but again, a lot of us dealing with a pretty quiet Saturday evening. So, I'm just gonna I'm gonna punch up the radar here. We'll let it go for a little bit, and we'll jump back on here, say in about 20 minutes, around 8:20 or so, with another update.
Hey everyone, meteorologist Bill Rentschler back here in the 1011 Now streaming studio, bringing you a couple updates, some good news updates, as I think we're going to get ready to kind of wrap things up here a little bit. One is that we've had the tornado watch for Lincoln and Lancaster County that has been canceled early. So Lincoln and Lancaster County no longer in that watch. Same for Gage County, as well as Butler County and Cedar counties. Those 4 counties were removed from the watch. Still in place, though, for parts of northeastern, far southeastern Nebraska through 10 o'clock. And then we have that severe thunderstorm watch over the border into parts of Iowa and northwestern Missouri that was issued recently. But, again, seeing that severe weather threat come to an end now for the 10-11, much of the 10-11 coverage area. Still have that cluster of strong storms in the northeast, but the good news is there are no active severe thunderstorm warnings, no active tornado warnings that are currently on the board with those storms. So that is, again, good news. And again, across the southeastern corner of the state, most of that activity, again, pushing out of the area. Falls City may still see some stronger storms here over the next 10 to 15 minutes as that line continues to push on through. And again, we still have, again, the stuff in the northeast that we're going to keep an eye on as we head through the remainder of this evening. As again, we have multiple flash flood warnings and still have some severe thunderstorm warnings in those areas as well. But no tornado warnings that are currently on the board. And again, nothing threatening Lincoln or Lancaster County. We have been removed from the watch. So that is all, again, very good news. So with that, I think what we're likely going to do now here is kind of at least wrap up our streaming coverage of the severe weather for this evening. We'll obviously continue to watch as the rest of the night wears on. Meteorologist Carmelo Latuca is currently in the Weather Center. And again, he will continue to bring us updates as we head through the remainder of the night tonight. He will break in on air. And again, that coverage, you can catch some of those on streaming if you get him at the right time, if he stays on for a little bit. But again, we'll go ahead and wrap things up here, at least on my end. As again, still have some stronger storms out there, but the threat for Lincoln and Lancaster County, and for most of the area at least, has kind of wound down. But again, still folks in northeastern Nebraska, up near Norfolk, over kind of towards West Point, Pender, into Thurston County, still have some strong storms in those areas. But again, no widespread severe weather across the area. So appreciate everyone for tuning in and for watching. If you did, hopefully some quieter weather heads our way as we head into Father's Day on your Sunday, although I do know it's going to be pretty hot and pretty humid for the southern sections of the state. But appreciate everyone for tuning in and for watching. As always, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Hope everyone has a nice Saturday evening, and hope everyone has a nice Father's Day on Sunday as well.